शुरू हो गया क्या लाइफ? वंदे हम श्री गुरु श्रीयुतपतकमलं श्री गुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्री रूपं साग्र जातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादां सगना ललित श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विजबानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण। तो Jaiva Dharma, last time we finished the third chapter, today the fourth chapter. So when Lahiri Mahashai had come to hear from the Vaishnavas, specifically the Vaishnav Das, and so then he actually had stayed in one place of one Madhav Das Babaji, who was having some difficulty in regards to his spiritual life. So then he decided to move next to Vaishnav Das, Paramahamsa Babaji's Pradumna Kunj. Fourth chapter. Vaishnav Dharma is Nitya Dharma. So it was mentioned here in regards to Nitya Dharma and Vaishnav and Naimittika Dharma. So a Nitya Dharma should be performed, that is the eternal religious principles, service towards Krishna. And Naimittika, that refers to activities in this world. Because Nitya Dharma, Nitya Karya can mean also daily activities. But Krishna should be in the center. So then, that is actually another name for Nitya Dharma is Vaishnav Dharma. So, different names for Nitya Dharma. Para Dharma, Vaishnav Dharma, Sanatan Dharma, Vastav Dharma. These are all different names for the same. The occupational duty of the Jiva, service to Krishna in loving exchange. Chapter 4, Vaishnava Dharma is Nitya Dharma. Lahiri Mahashai's kutia was adjacent to that of Vaishnav Das. A few mango and jackfruit trees stood nearby. And the entire area was adorned with small betel plants. In the courtyard there was a large circular platform which had been there for many years since the time of Pradumna Brahmachari. The Vaishnavas had since called it the Surabhi Terrace and would circumambulate it offering Dandavat Pranam with faith. So Pradumna Brahmachari, as mentioned before, so he was a Nasasya of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a pure devotee of the Lord. So Pradumna Brahmachari, so he used to stay at this place And therefore then it was known as, later on, it was known as Pradumna Kunj. So natural environment was there, auspicious trees, mango and jackfruit tree. So mango is very dear to, of course, Mahaprabhu also. And even Mahaprabhu liked jackfruit. The fruit which, when it is kacha, it is used as a sabji. And when it is pakka, it can be used as a fruit. Both are nice. But mostly it is taken when it is kacha. Pakka, Jagannath ji like, kacha.
Yes.
We like also but pakka. Both are nice actually. The evening twilight had just yielded to dusk. Sri Vaishnav Das was sitting in his cottage on a mat of leaves, chanting Hare Nam, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This was the dark fortnight of the moon, and the night gradually settled into darkness. A lamp was flickering in Lahiri Mahashai's kutir, and by its light he suddenly noticed what appeared to be a snake by his doorway. He quickly adjusted the lamp and took up a stick to kill the snake, but it had already vanished. Be careful, he told Vaishnav Das. A snake may have just entered your kutir. So we know that the Vaishnavas are very merciful, and the Vaishnavas are not giving harm to any embodied being. So then one may think, why is he taking here up a stick and trying to kill the snake? Because in the scriptures it is mentioned that snakes and scorpions, they're the most envious animals. And slight provocation and they may immediately bite. Or even if there's no provocation, you may just be walking and the snake is coming by and just biting. And scorpion also. So therefore it is mentioned in the scriptures that even the saintly people, they take pleasure in killing a snake or a scorpion. And so in this way there's actually no harm. And it's mentioned in the scriptures that to protect oneself, so one may kill an aggressor also. Even, for example, if a thief is coming to the house with some weapon and sometimes the thieves are ready to kill. If somebody is there in the house and who are not letting him steal whatever he wants. So then he may be killed. And there is no punishment for that. Actually, this way the thief is being punished because he's not supposed to steal. So that is mentioned in the scriptures. Or a person is there trying to rape a family member, the women, the wife or the daughter or whoever it may be in the house. Then such an aggressor, he can be killed. So similarly, so the snake and the scorpion, in this way they are aggressors. But otherwise we try to avoid killing any animal. But so some animals are there, and so we try to stay away from these animals. But in populated areas, for example, tigers, lions, they will not come so much. Except in the hilly regions, sometimes and in the forest, of course, the tigers are there also, and the leopards and the cheetahs, and sometimes they're coming and they're attacking the people and killing them. And so then someone may defend oneself also, which is not so easy unless one has a weapon. Of course, and sometimes mosquitoes are there too. Teeny, but also botheration. Of course, usually you try to have a mosquito net or just chase them away, but sometimes, or we have all out, but then mostly, many times they're also killed. So anyhow, we try to avoid as much as possible, but sometimes, because mosquitoes also, they're sometimes, by their bite and a disease will be there, malaria, dengue, chikungunya, and then one is struggling like anything for a long time. Especially, so I had experience of malaria, that was something, but I got over, get fever for 1 week, but then it's over, and usually you don't get it anymore, because the body is then somehow recognizing, and then even jaundice usually one will get only one time. But the liver is damaged whole life usually. And so, but some disease like dengue, they're more severe, or even chikungunya, and then you may struggle for months or even years. And it's like 9 months, I'm still struggling for chikungunya. What to do, especially when you get older. When you're younger, the body is more strong. So in this way, then sometimes we also say Haribol to the mosquitoes, what to do. Anyhow, so so one has to be careful with the snakes. Here also in Vrindavan, like 30 years ago, there were many snakes. Here in our garden, we had snakes coming in the garden, inside the house. Beast cobra. Beast cobra is kind of like a lizard, but big size and as poisonous as 20 cobras. Very poisonous, they say. That's why it's named beast cobra. And Goshal also, there were many snakes. But now there are more people here, so we hardly see. One time you see, huh? Okay. Me too, many times I see. So then, and sometimes they're fast. It's difficult to run away. But if you have a stick, then you may chase them away. So therefore, immediately he took a stick and he was ready to kill. Nahiri Mahashai, why are you so disturbed by about the snake? Replied Vaishnavadas, come and sit inside my kutir with me and don't be afraid. Nahiri Mahashai entered Vaishnavadas' kutir and sat on a mat of leaves, but he still felt some mental anxiety about the snake. So that happens because snakes are somewhat dangerous. If a snake is around, then naturally a common man or women, they'll be more afraid usually. They become afraid. But if you have Giriraj, you don't have to be afraid, because Giriraj is protecting, that is mentioned in the scriptures. That if you worship Giriraj, you don't have to be afraid of snakes. He will protect you from snakes. Giriraj Maharaj ki. Yeah. Now we have Giriraj, so we are still alive. Protected from the snakes. So he's asking why you're disturbed by a snake. Vaishnavadas, come sit inside my kutir with me and don't be afraid. So Nahiri Mahashai entered Vaishnavadas' kutir and sat on a mat of leaves, but he still felt some mental anxiety about the snake. Oh great soul, he said, our Shantipur is good in this respect, for there is no fear of snakes, scorpions and other such creatures there. In Nadia there is always danger from snakes, because at that time it was not so much inhabited, but where Shantipur, there were more people living there. It is especially difficult for a refined gentleman to live in a forested area like Godrum. Sri Vaishnava Das explained, Lahiri Mashai. It is senseless to agitate the mind over such matters. You must have heard the story of Maharaj Parikshit in the Srimad Bhagavatam. You heard the story about Maharaj Parikshit? What is the story? What is the story of? One time?
Parikshit trustee and he goes to some rishi
Okay.
ashram and he went here, but that rishi was in
Meditation.
meditation. He tried to speak with the rishi did not speak anything, then he brought a dead snake and
Put around. And then what happened?
then his son, Rishi's son,
Yeah.
get to know about this. Then he cursed Maharaj Parikshit that Takchat Nag will
Kill you. Okay, now how many days?
after 7 days.
7 days, yeah. Hmm. So then what did he do, Parikshit? What did he do,
He went
Parikshit?
to so many rishis then
He left everything. You have to say he left the kingdom, his family, and went to the bank of the Ganges, where there were many sages. And then the great Sukadev Goswami came and was speaking the Bhagavatam for 7 days. And then he went to Golok? No. Then what happened?
All Srimad Bhagavatam through,
Yeah, you heard the Bhagavatam and then
and
everyone left?
the snake came. Yes, before
No.
that snake came,
Then?
Parikshit left his body.
Yeah, but before that also, when everyone left, then his mother came. Who is the mother? Uttara. And she asked, what did Sukadev speak to you? And then he was relating in short something which is recorded in Brihad Bhagavatamrita in the first part. And then he sat in meditation, fixes his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord, and he left the body, and then the snake came and bit him. So he already left. And the snake was just biting his body. So that is there, yes. That is the story of Parikshit. He gave up all fear of his impending death by snake bite, and with an unflinching heart drank the nectar of Harikatha from Sri Shukadev's mouth. Thus he tasted supreme transcendental bliss. A snake can never bite the Chitta Deha. The Chitta Deha is the subtle body. The only snake that can wound the spiritual body is the snake of separation from topics of Sri Hari. So, the snake of separation, what is Viraha Bhav, Vipralamba Bhav? So that is just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's wife, Lakshmi Devi. So she left her body, it is mentioned, by the snake of separation. Because Mahaprabhu, he went for preaching. He went to Bangladesh, present day Bangladesh. At that time it was still part of Bangladesh, and he was preaching. And his wife Lakshmi Priya was feeling so much separation. And so she was bitten by the snake of separation, feeling separation, Viraha Bhav. And she gave up her body. But there also some people said that she was bitten by a snake, but no. She was bitten by the snake of separation, feeling separation from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And she left. So that is in this world, of course, the pastime. But so the Lord and his consorts, they're always residing in the spiritual realm. And when this material world is manifested and Mahaprabhu is coming, Krishna is coming, and there are associates, but it doesn't mean they are not there in the spiritual realm. Mahaprabhu is always there, accompanied by Lakshmi Priya and Vishnu Priya. And Krishna is always there in the association of his friends, the Gopas, his girlfriends, the Gopis. So, but in this world there's a little more separation than in the spiritual world. Virahabhav. So there's a kind of dramatic performance of the Lord and his associates. But it is real life, but it is more dramatic.
Snake of separation means? Like how is snake of snake?
Snake of separation. Because feeling so much pain being separated from the Lord.
So snake pain is the example?
Yeah, the snake, bitten by the snake of separation. So if you get bitten by a snake, what you will do? You will cry like anything, huh? And then you will burn because of the poison actually. So similar, poison is, when you're bitten by a snake, there's a poison there. And that is burning, and then because of that, the person will leave the body, because of the poison. So, but the snake bite of separation, so because in separation, there's pain of separation. And that is burning also, hot. Therefore, when they are crying in separation, the devotees, the tears are there, and they are hot. And when one is in bliss, there's also crying, but the tears are cold, because it is very relishable, and it is cool. And just like when it is hot, and then you take a nice shower, or you take a bath in the river. So it is very refreshing. Right? You went to Jamuna and you took bath?
Yes,
the tree. Okay. Jai. So, but in separation, there's some pain is there. But at the same time, the underlying principle is bliss. Even though it is just like if you have a chutney. Chutney. So chutney, you make chutney. Mango chutney, tomato chutney. So tomato chutney, usually it is salt and sweet, and it has to have chili. And then usually it is so spicy you will burn your mouth. But then it is so sweet also that you will get some relish. Right? You like chutney? It's okay, huh? Yeah. I like more sweet rice.
Sweet rice.
It's more sweet, only sweet.
Okay.
But chutney, you burn your mouth because of the
Sweet
chutney.
chutney.
Sweet chutney?
Sweet rice.
Kheer.
Kheer.
I like more kheer because it is sweet and sweet and sweet. Especially if it is enough gur inside. But it's tasty. But chutney, you burn your mouth. And it is sweet also, it is tasty because it is sweet. It is tasty. But you burn your mouth also. So that is viraha bhav. You're burning because of separation, but at the same time, because love is there for Krishna, you feel some sweetness also. So the separation is like chutney. There's some pleasure there, but then there's also the burning feeling of separation. But one is never really separated from Krishna. Like Radharani, she's never separated from Krishna. Even in separation, she's thinking of Krishna. She's loving Krishna. And there's some, because then the reciprocation is there. So therefore it is sweet. But if physically Krishna is not there, then separation is there. And that is burning like fire. So, snake of separation. Oh, it's already 7 o'clock. I write a message in CC group.
Yes, sir. I have to write.
You write a message, Hindi class in 10 minutes.
Yes, I should write.
Yeah, right. Because, yeah. CC, Zoom class in 10 minutes. The material body is not eternal, and one will certainly have to give it up someday. As far as the body is concerned, we should simply perform the karma that is necessary to maintain it, and nothing more. When the body collapses by the will of Krishna, it cannot be saved by any kind of effort. But until the designated time for the demise of the body has arrived, a snake cannot harm a person, even if sleeping right next to it. Therefore, one may not introduce himself as a Vaishnava until he gets rid of his fear of snakes and all such things. If the mind is agitated by such fears, how will one be able to fix it upon the lotus feet of Sri Krishna? Sri Hari. So one should certainly stop being afraid of snakes and trying to kill them out of fear. So the word I am a Vaishnava, so you may see it, but you may say, but better to say I'm trying to be a Vaishnava, because it is not a cheap thing. As in the same book, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was explaining also. Shuddh Vaishnava, chanting Shuddhanam. Pure devotees chanting the pure name, seeing Krishna. Abhas, those who are chanting the reflection of the pure name, Abhas Nam, they are Abhas Bhakta, they are a semblance of a devotee. Madhyamarikari. So you're Madhyam? You don't know? Okay. You don't know if you're Madhyam? Then you're not a Madhyam. If you're Madhyam, you know you're Madhyam. So that means you're Kanishta. Okay? Why are you looking at him? He doesn't know either. Okay? If you're chanting Aparadhanam, if you're chanting still with offenses, or you're sleeping while chanting, then you're Kanishta Bhakta, Prakrita Bhakta, materialistic devotee. But it's okay. And three kinds of Kanishta, 3 kinds of Madhyam, 3 kinds of Uttam. So you try to be Uttam Kanishta, okay? First class materialistic devotee. You're Madhyam Kanishta, you're medium. Medium Kanishta. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. So even to be Madhyam is not so easy actually. No. You must have so much strong faith, and you must already be purified in consciousness. Kanishta Uttam? What? What? Kanishta Uttam what? What? Yeah. So you think you're Uttam Kanishta? Okay. Okay, fine. You're top materialistic devotee. Okay. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay, so we should not be afraid of snakes.
You should not afraid?
You should not be afraid of snakes.
If you are worshipping Giriraj.
Yeah.
Then?
Even if you are not worshipping Giriraj, you remember Giriraj. Namaste Girirajaya Sri Govardhana Namine Asesa Klesha Nasaya Paramananda Dayane. So you should not be afraid of snakes or anything. But even more dangerous than a snake. What is more dangerous than a snake?
What is more?
Dangerous than a snake. No. A person who is just like a snake. A snake-like person is more dangerous. One who is a snake-like person, even he may be in the garb of a Vaishnava, he may be Kanishta. If he's like a snake, that person is more. But usually the devotee is not supposed to be like this. But a person who is like a snake is more dangerous than a snake. And there was one person in Mumbai, when Prabhupada was trying to build the temple. He had donated some land and then he wanted to take it back. No, not Shetty. He was a good man, Shetty. What was his name? No. Whatever his name was, I forget. Huh? No, just a landowner. So then then Prabhupada, he was... Nair.
Mr. Nair.
Yes. Yeah. So Prabhupada, he had he was so disturbed.
Because he
And then he was saying, this person is like a snake. And I hope that Krishna kills him. He was so upset. And then, after a short while, he died. And Yeah, and then Prabhupada was very happy. He died finally. And they could have the land and start building the temple. So he was like a snake, that person. Lahiri Mahasaya said with some faith, as a result of hearing your words, which are just befitting a sadhu, my heart has become free from all kinds of fear. Now I've understood that one can obtain the highest benefit only when the heart becomes elevated. Many great souls who are engaged in the worship of Bhagavan live in a mountain cave, and they are never afraid of the wild animals that live there. Rather, out of fear of materialistic association, they have given up living with other human beings and they live among the wild animals instead. So a saintly person is not afraid of wild animals even, or snakes or whatever, because they know that there's a certain time I can live in this body. And nothing can change that destiny, unless you surrender to Krishna. The destiny can be changed. Otherwise, it is certain that you will live a certain time. And then even then the snake may be there and wild animals, but one will not die if the time is not there to die. So therefore they are not afraid. And anyhow, so they have to, everyone has to die, and the devotees, so they are just engaged in their worship of the Lord. They're not afraid. At the same time, we have to use our intelligence, and we should not just, if there is a national park with wild animals there, we will not just go off the road and okay, I'm depending on Krishna, and then the tiger is coming and Haribol. So we have to use our intelligence and be careful also. And then one will be protected, and there's no need to fear. And even the sadhus, so they were at the same time, they were not afraid, but they were careful also. Where they were staying, and then they were depending on Krishna, so that is a point. So if we depend on Krishna, we don't have to be afraid of anything. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. So now